episode 3. I mean, we've done how many podcasts now?
2.
2. So this is the third one. We're going to do the third one now.
Is it recording?
It's recording.
Then why don't we have our...
Our what? Because we're using this microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
So today we are going to be talking football and rugby.
Football and rugby and Formula 1, because Formula 1's been your big sport.
Yes, I forgot about the Formula 1.
And we had a good conversation this afternoon about Verstappen and Hamilton.
And Hamilton's 100th win.
100th win, yeah. I mean, that's quite a big thing, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, but we're not Hamilton fans, are we?
Well, Hamilton is my 10th favorite driver.
Your 10th favorite? Who? I don't even know who your favorite driver actually is.
Lando
Norris?
Yes.
Oh, geez. So then you must have been heartbroken on Sunday then.
Yeah,
Last week
right.
Sunday.
I said everybody in this house was going to be heartbroken. As I saw Lando go off the track and Hamilton, oh no, Lando.
When Hamilton overtook me. So you think he should have actually pulled off? Or pulled is sorry.
What is pull off? Is pull off go off the track or something?
Sorry. So he should have pulled in, not off. He should have pulled in and careful, because you're gonna bump the microphone over. So he should have actually pulled in and then went and changed to wet tires.
Yeah, the intermediate to wet tires.
Intermediate or wet tires?
Yes, that's what the green one is. The green one is intermediate.
Do you know what the difference between the tires are?
No.
Okay. Well, neither do I. So, I mean, I'm still trying to figure out the tires.
Well, there's no difference. They're both for wet tracks. Because you know how it's called the wet tires, and then there's an intermediate tire.
Which is what? For like both wet and dry?
No. The intermediate is not for dry. I don't think the intermediate is for...
Okay. But the point is that you think he should have pulled in, not out. But didn't his team say to him he must turn in or pull in?
Yes.
Not turn in, pull in.
Yes.
What's the word that they use every time they got to come?
Pit stop.
But there's it's pit stop. No, there's another word. Box.
Box.
Yeah, they say box. Every time they say box, and then like I don't know why they call it box, but
that's the worst name ever.
Yeah, well, that's the word that they use. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me either, but that's the word that they use. So, but then when they said to Lando, he's got to come in, and he said no.
Yeah.
So do you think that was a bad decision on his part?
It's not his fault. It's the people's fault.
The team.
No, the people who made the tires, because they should have made. For Lando, that would have made him happy. Was that all of the tires were for dry and wet.
Oh, so there should actually be dual tires, meaning that they can drive in the wet and and the dry.
And then,
like our tires on our car.
Yeah.
We don't change tires suddenly because it's raining.
No. We're on the... What the fudge? What the fudge?
That's just for the people listening. We have a dog named Fudge, just so that people understand.
And he is going...
Hey? He's moaning at Fudge, yeah. Mom's also just clarifying. He is moaning at Fudge, the dog.
Please restart this. Please. I don't want the people around the world.
All right, so that was the one thing that I was going to ask you to explain to me. The other thing I wanted you to explain to me is, so you think that Verstappen is going to take the Drivers' Championship this year?
Yeah.
And can you explain to me why you think that's the case and not Hamilton?
Because Hamilton's only 2 points ahead.
So
and
there's what? There's
Verstappen wins the next race,
Yes.
then Verstappen goes ahead.
Okay.
So, and I think Verstappen is gonna start taking the rest of the races. So Hamilton might only get his 101st win next season.
You reckon that would be in an ideal world, or ideal sense?
Yeah.
Like
Now, can we please move on to football?
to football? Okay.
Yes.
Well, what do you want to tell me about football?
Wait, can you ask me all the drivers?
Oh, do you want like a general knowledge thing about drivers?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we should actually say that maybe for people that are listening,
Yeah.
they should, for fun, they should actually just Google the names of the drivers and their numbers and their teams.
Yeah.
And they can actually see how good you actually really are at this, because Noah does not have a list in front of him. This is purely from memory, right?
Yes.
This is you and your general knowledge. Okay, so I'll ask you about 5 questions.
Yeah.
And we'll see like how many of these you actually get right. Okay.
Okay.
So let's say, what is Verstappen's number?
33.
Okay, that one I know. I know that. What is George Russell's number?
63.
That's crazy. I don't even know if that's right or wrong, but I'm assuming it's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So George Russell is leaving which team this year?
It's next year.
No, but who's he driving for this year?
Williams.
And then he's going to which team next year?
Mercedes. He's returning to Mercedes.
He's returning to. So what, is he actually driven for Mercedes?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know. I genuinely did not know that.
Because I was watching the top 10 overtakes, and Russell was racing for Mercedes, and he got ahead of Bottas. So I knew he
Previously. Oh wow. Do you think like this? Okay, let me do one more question. Then I want to ask you an interesting question. So okay, let's ask you this: who are the 2 drivers for Haas?
Nikita Mazepin and Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher.
I'm getting confused. People say it's Mick, people say it's Michael. So I'm just...
So you say Michael?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose his dad's name is Michael, so...
I'm just going to say Mick now.
Mick, okay, all right. But my question is, going back and coming around to the circle, because we were talking about, what's his name? The driver that's coming to Mercedes, Russell. No, it wasn't Russell. Who's coming to Mercedes?
Next year?
Yeah.
Russell.
George Russell, yes. Do you think George Russell is going to be able to handle the pressure of having, not Verstappen, not Bottas, Hamilton as a teammate?
I don't know. This is, okay, I don't know.
Because Hamilton, everybody likes Hamilton, and they give him everything, and they say he must do everything. Do you think that they're actually going to give Russell a chance to actually drive properly?
I don't know. I'm just going to say yes.
Or like no comment?
No comment.
No comment.
Ask me one more.
Or let's talk about football, because you said you wanted to talk about football.
Yeah.
So since the last time we spoke about football on the podcast, United has had quite a big change.
Yeah. Cristiano, he's the same age as my mom. So I tell my mom she's old sometimes.
Your mom is old.
She's like, I am the same age as Cristiano Ronaldo.
Is that what mom says?
Yes. Well, tell you when we finish the podcast.
Or tell mom she has to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, you have to listen to the podcast.
So come on,
Do you
mother.
want me to interrupt this podcast?
So, mothers, hey. What else has happened? Harry Kane, didn't he also move?
No, he stayed at Tottenham.
Yeah, but there was talk of him moving, right?
Yeah, there was.
but then he ended up staying. So he's staying with Tottenham.
Somebody else.
Somebody else moved.
Yeah. It's all because of Aguero. Aguero has left, so last year was one of his final games.
Yeah.
So this year, he's gone.
And what's the other guy? The other guy that eats all the Lay's chips. What he does, I suppose he doesn't eat them. He just probably is the sponsor for. Well, not the sponsor, the ambassador. But what that footballer? That's he's a big competitor to Ronaldo. I can't remember his name now.
Messi.
Messi, yes. What's the story with him?
So he's been to Barcelona for his whole career, and he's moved.
So his whole career. So you say most of his professional career he's been with Barcelona. I think it was like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah, probably about 6.
About 6 years.
No, 16.
16.
He's been there for a very long time.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long.
And it was Neymar Jr.
Yeah.
played for Barcelona
Okay.
very long time ago. Messi was still playing for Barcelona.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And now he's just left Barcelona.
Yeah, Neymar and Messi are teammates again.
Neymar and Messi. So which team is he now at?
PSG, Paris Saint-Germain.
That could be quite a dangerous combination, I would assume. If I'm playing against them.
No, but there's something that's the team down. Kylian Mbappe is leaving to Real Madrid.
Who?
Kylian Mbappe.
Who's that? You know all these players that I've never even heard of.
I've heard of Mbappe.
Okay, Mom says that she's heard of him. I've never heard of him. So yeah, so you've heard of him because of Noah. All right. Noah, is there anybody else that you want to talk about, mention about within the football realm? Anything else that you need to teach your father about with regards to football?
Pele is 80 years old.
Pele. How do you say it? Pele.
Yeah. So I thought it was Pele. So it's P-E-L-E.
And how do you say it?
Pele. So it's Pele or Pele. I don't know.
And who does he play for?
I just told you he's 80 years old.
Okay, so he doesn't play anymore because he's too old. He's 80 years old now.
Yeah.
So he's retired.
No.
Oh,
Kylian Mbappe, he's 20, I think.
20?
Yeah, because I watched no, he's actually more than 20. Because when I was watching on YouTube,
Yeah.
it was the 2018 World Cup. And
What, Football World Cup?
yeah.
Was it 2018? When was the last World Cup? 2010, 14? Oh, yeah, you're right. It would have been 2018. So the next one would be...
And France won.
Yeah, so the next World Cup is next year, 2022.
2.
Yeah. Which is in...
Qatar.
In guitar. Guitar. In the guitar place.
Yeah. Where there's lots of guitars.
Lots of guitars. That's it. Okay, but now let's talk a sport that I can actually relate to and comment on. Rugby. Thoughts on the rugby championship, which we now know the All Blacks have won. Yeah. Do you think they actually deserve to win it? They did play. They played well. We've got to give them props.
No, I don't think they deserve to get it.
You don't think they deserve to get it?
No, I don't. They've won 3 world titles. Okay.
Okay.
They have been fighting. They've just put the wrong players on.
Mm.
And now they've put the right players.
So then maybe that's a good thing that because they put the right players on the field, they won. I mean, look at the Springboks. Like we beat Argentina, and then we played the Australians.
We've won the Lion series. So the test against the Australian, it was 2.
Two tests, yeah.
And we've won 2 of the Lion Series tests.
There were 3 games, weren't there? We won 2 of the 3. We lost the first one.
Yeah, but the second and third one.
The second one and the third one we won, So we beat the British and Irish Lions.
Yeah.
Then we went into the championship, the rugby championship.
Yeah.
And we beat Argentina 2 games against... Or did we play both games? I think, wasn't the one game cancelled?
No.
I can't remember, actually. And then we played against the Australians twice, and we lost both games.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. We've won.
Of all the teams, we lose against the Australians.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. Argentina should not be in the championship. They're actually one of the worst teams.
Really?
They have not won a single match in the championship.
But don't you think it's a good thing for them to be in the championship? Because then that way they get to learn playing against like such a good team like South Africa and the All Blacks and the other yellow team.
There's no other yellow team.
The Australians.
You already said the Australians.
I mean, it's good for them because then they learn. Like, you know what you can comment on and you can share your thoughts on is the Australian rugby team's sponsor.
Calbury.
Who?
The Australian sponsors Calbury.
Not Calbury. Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Who, for people that don't know, that is... What's Cadbury?
A chocolate company.
A chocolate company. And I mean, as we know, a chocolate company sponsoring a rugby team doesn't make sense. Where are you going?
Don't say that in the pod.
Well, I can't have a conversation with myself.
Okay.
What are you doing? That's a bit random that you walked. So you got to come and tell me what you think of a chocolate company sponsoring a national team.
Sorry, what was the question again?
The question was, what is your thought, for like the 5th time, what is your thoughts on Cadbury sponsoring the Australian rugby team?
That's not any rugby team, it's a national rugby team.
A national rugby team. Yeah, so what's your thoughts on the chocolate company sponsoring a rugby team?
It's fun with me, but it's still a bit weird.
Still a bit weird.
Yeah. So we're gonna say quits?
Well, no, first one, I wanted to chat to you about your school project.
I had to do a 3D model of the Amazon jungle.
The 3D model.
Yeah.
Well, no, what did your teacher call it? There was another word.
Diorama.
Diorama. Okay. So, and you then, so you took your diorama to school.
Yes.
And you had to do a presentation.
Yes.
And can you tell me how the presentation went?
It went well.
And what did you actually say in your presentation?
So I'm just gonna be fake.
You're going to be fake?
Yeah, and so...
Oh, you mean you're going to do like a dummy presentation? You're going to pretend I'm the class?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So okay, and action.
Hello everybody, my name is Noah Sifasisle Glaminiki. Hold questions for when I ask you at the end of the presentation. Let's move on.
Are you saying let's move on, or are you actually still doing your presentation?
I'm saying let's move on.
Oh, okay. You know the other thing that I also wanted to ask, which people aren't yet aware, actually, which you can tell us about because we haven't spoken about it, is your interest in surfing. Because you've now gone for, how many lessons did you go for? 2. Okay, I need you to come sit closer to the microphone because people are going to struggle to hear you.
Okay.
So come grab a seat here. So you went to how many lessons?
2.
2 lessons, and
2 lessons are cancelled.
But that's because like there was, which is what, poop in the water.
E. coli.
E. coli. What the heck is E. coli?
It's asthma.
It's like poop in the water, isn't it?
It is.
Just Google it.
That's my mother commenting.
And then what was the other reason why it was cancelled? Because of bad weather.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've done 2 lessons, Both lessons you've managed to stand up nicely.
Only the second one.
Oh, so the second lesson you actually got to stand up and ride the wave
Yeah.
quite well. How many times did you actually stand up?
Every time I was going surfing, but I just fell off every time in the first one, and then the second one I fell off. But one of them I was able to stand on for the whole time until the wave ended.
Wow. And what do you think bodyboarding? Because you know bodyboarding. You've tried bodyboarding, yeah? So what's the difference between bodyboarding and surfing? I mean, apart from actually lying down and standing.
So standing, you start lying down,
Yeah.
and then you go.
So for those, for
then-
everybody listening, Noah's actually giving me a physical demonstration of this.
So
So you're lying
for
down.
some surfers, for if you're still learning and there's like no coach or something like that, I don't know.
You're lying down.
And then you go paddle,
You're paddling,
and then you go like this.
and then
You go on your knees.
you get onto your knees, right?
And then you go like this,
And a big jump,
and then you're on like
and then you're on your feet.
so. You're lying down, you go and paddle,
Lying down, paddle, paddle.
and then you go a little jump here,
A little jump.
and then you're on your haunches, and you're like this. So your two arms, you can be with your arms out like an angel, like sideways and
Yeah.
straight, or you can have them like this,
Yeah.
both going straight. So. Yeah,
And does
then
that help with
you
your balance?
stand up, but your knees are still,
Still bent.
still bent.
Okay.
And then you try and,
But you don't lock your knees.
no, you don't.
Oh, okay.
And then you have to stand in the middle of the board so you don't keep on falling off. And you need your feet a little bit far apart, because if they're too close, you're gonna fall. Look, even if they don't touch, you're gonna fall.
Even if your feet don't touch, you're going to fall.
Yeah.
But that's where you need to get your balance right.
No. You need your feet apart. You can't have them close to each other. You need them about at least a little bit far away from each other, like this.
Yeah. Like, and Noah's showing us how far is that? Like about 10 centimeters.
No, it's
Maybe
about,
more.
So about, let me see.
You working this out, so that's...
So 3 steps from each foot.
Okay.
So like what, your feet are together,
Yeah.
and then you take 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, and then with the other one
So
step.
3 steps.
3 steps. But you're going wide, so you're not walking forward or backwards.
Okay, cool. And your thoughts on Coach Alvin? He's a cool coach.
Yes.
Awesome. So you can't wait to get back in the water,
Yeah, I can't wait.
which will hopefully be soon, because we haven't been for 2 weeks now,
Yeah.
because of the E. coli and the weather being nasty to you. So that hasn't been fun. You're on school holidays now,
Yeah.
which is why we've had some time just to record this podcast quickly. So you've been quite fortunate. So sleep in tomorrow morning. No sleeping in.
I have to go to.
You got to go to your cousin.
No.
No, oh, he's going to holiday club. Oh, that's right. You're going to holiday club, so it's a normal
I don't want
school
to.
day,
I don't want
which
to.
means we get up early, but no schoolwork, no homework, which is always good.
But I'm there for the whole morning.
But that's a good thing. You get to have fun. I wish that I could be on school holiday.
You're not in school.
Yeah, I wish I was in school, because then I could do like some of the cool stuff that you get to do. So, I think that's probably time, and then we can call it quits for the podcast for episode 3.
Yeah.
But I think maybe what you could do, just to end it on a, shall we say, a happy note. Do you
Can I
think?
tell you something, Never mind, I won't tell you.
What do you want to tell us quickly? We still got a little bit of it. We got about 3 minutes. America won the Olympic basketball.
Tournament.
They won the tournament. So did they get the gold medal?
Yes.
Well done, America.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive for them. So anyway, what I was going to say and suggest is to end this episode. We can end on a nice bit of laughter, because I like laughing, you like laughing, right?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a joke and then we can call it quits? Like a knock-knock joke.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Cake.
Cake who?
Get the flippin' cake.
What? You chop. Alright, my boy. I think we better call it quit.
Please, can I just finish it now? Knock knock.
Who's there?
Doofball.
Doofball who?
You are a doofball.
Oh my goodness. Alright,
In
people.
this family, doofball is a way of saying silly person.
Silly person.
Or like what? What does it mean?
You're a chop.
Yeah, it means you're a chop.
Yeah, something along those lines. Alright, this is Jason. Out.
Noah, specifically Glamini Keith, out.
Until next time, episode 4.
The Blue Button Podcast.
We'll chat to you later. Cheers.